Now we see the quantum numbers associated with vector atom model. So there are 7 quantum numbers in vector atom model. The principal quantum number, or it is also called as total quantum number, and the orbital quantum number, it is represented with small l, and the principal quantum number is represented with n, and the spin quantum number s, it is represented with small s. Total angular momentum quantum number, and it is represented with j. Magnetic orbital momentum quantum number ml, m suffix l, and the magnetic spin angular momentum quantum number, and it is ms, m suffix s, and magnetic total angular momentum quantum number, that is mj, m suffix j. So we see one by one in detail. So principal quantum number or total quantum number, so it is represented with a small n. So generally this quantum number represents the orbit, so the number of orbit in which electron belongs. That means in which okay. So the orbit in which electron stays, okay, that one, that orbit number is the principal quantum number. So it gives the information of energy of electron and its radius from the nucleus. The principal quantum number indirectly gives the information of the energy of electron and the radius of the electron. So we are seeing from these equations, it is the equation for energy of electron in nth orbit. So that is equal to minus 13.6 by n square in units of electron volts. So similarly, the radius of electron in nth orbit is Rn is equal to, so Rn is equal to, so this is the expression 0.529 n square angstroms. Okay. So n possesses the values non-zero positive integers. So those are given here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. And the corresponding orbits represented with the letters K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, just like that. So K is corresponding to first orbit and L is corresponding to second orbit. So in that way, if n is equal to 1, so that represents the electron belongs to K shell or K orbit. Similarly, the other numbers also. It gives the maximum number of electrons admissible in a shell. So the number, the quantum number small n, also gives the maximum number of electrons admissible in a particular shell. So by the quantity 2n square, here we are seeing. So what are the maximum number of electrons in first orbit? So in that case, n is equal to 1. So 2n square, that means we get 2. So obviously we observe the electron configuration 1s, 2 only. After that 2s, it starts with 2s. So 2 is the second orbit. So 1s, 2. So in first orbit there are only 2 electrons. So in second orbit, if n is equal to 2 in this equation, 2 square 4 into 2 8. So there is a possibility for maximum number of electrons in the second orbit is 8. So it is also evident from the electronic configuration 2s2 and 2p6. So in s orbital there are 2 electrons and in p orbital there are 6 electrons. There is a possibility for maximum of 8 electrons. So in that way, the n is giving the information of so how many maximum number of electrons can be accommodated in a particular orbit, and n also gives the energy of the electron and the radius of the electron from the nucleus. So that means so the distance of the average distance of the electron from the nucleus, that is Rn. Okay, it is about the principal quantum number. Now the second quantum number, orbital quantum number. It defines the shape of the orbital occupied by the electron and orbital angular momentum of electron also. Okay, it gives the orbital angular momentum of the electron, and so it defines the shape of the orbital or subshell occupied by the electron. So generally, so we have studied in Sommerfeld model also in orbit. So in first orbit there is only one shell. Uh, okay, in second orbit or second shell there are two subshells. In third orbit there are three subshells, just like that. So so it defines the shape of the orbital also. So this number tells us. So it is equivalent to azimuthal quantum number in Sommerfeld model. So in Sommerfeld model, we represent the azimuthal quantum number with n pi, and it is equivalent to that. But there is one relation. L is equal to n pi minus 1. So it possesses integer values from 0 to n minus 1. So 0 to n minus 1. The orbitals, so these are the possible values of L for a fixed n. The orbitals corresponding to L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are designated as S, P, D, F, G, and these are all small letters. Okay, if L is equal to 0, that indicates that the corresponding electron present in S orbital or S subshell. Similarly, if L is equal to 1, it indicates that the electron belongs to p orbital or p subshell. Okay, so in that way. For n is equal to 2, we see the what are the possible number of values of L. Okay, so a L value is actually 0 to n minus 1. If n is equal to 2, n minus 1 is 1 only. 2 minus 1 gives us 1. So in that way, L possesses the values 0 and 1, 0 or 1. So these are the possible values of L when n is equal to 2. So orbital angular momentum can also be given by this equation where the L is included. Okay, so orbital angular momentum PL is equal to under root L into L plus 1 into h by 2 pi or h cross. So if we know the L value, we are able to calculate the orbital angular momentum. So it also governs the degree of attachment of electron with the nucleus. So indirectly it gives the how strong the electron is attached to the nucleus. Okay, so larger the L values, weaker is the association or interaction, we can say. So larger is the L value, then there is weaker interaction between electron and nucleus. So smaller the L value and the stronger the interaction between electron and nucleus. Maximum number of admissible electrons can also be given by this orbital quantum number with the expression, so 2 into 2L plus 1. So 2 into 2l plus 1. So that means, so in a subshell or orbital, how many electrons can be accommodated? Oh, that information is given by this quantity. So 2 into 2l plus 1. So for example, we say how many electrons can be accommodated in s orbital. So in case of s orbital, from the above equation, okay, so from here, S is corresponding to L is equal to 0. So in case of S orbital, L is equal to 0. In that case, 2L is 0 and 0 plus 1 is 1, and 2 into this quantity, we get 2 only. So in S orbital, we can accommodate only 2 electrons maximum. Similarly, in p orbital, L is equal to 1. So if it is 1, so 2 plus 1, 3, and 3 into 2, 6. We can accommodate the maximum number of electrons in p orbital is 6. So in that way, so this number is governed by the orbital quantum number. Now another one, spin quantum number. So it is represented with small s. It gives the spin of electrons about their own axis. So the electrons may spin in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. So depending upon that, so its value may be plus of or minus of. So the electrons with same sign of spins are said to have parallel spins. Are said to have parallel spins. So if okay, so said to have parallel spins. So electrons with same sign. So if there is a different sign, we say that they are paired up spins. Okay, if they have same sign of spins, parallel spins, opposite sign of spins, paired up spins, or unparalleled spins. The spin angular momentum is also given by this quantity. Okay, so this one. So Ps is equal to under root s into s plus 1 into h cross or h by 2. Okay, so the spin angular momentum is also calculated by spin quantum number, or this spin quantum number gives that spin angular momentum. The other one, total angular momentum quantum number, is represented with small j. So actually this number represents the resultant angular momentum of the electron due to both orbital and spin motions. So electrons revolves around the nucleus in orbital motion, and the electron spins about its own axis. So the combination of these two motions gives the resultant angular momentum to the electron. So if we see this, so the angular momentum vector, it is a vector. So above two quantities also, they can be expressed in vectors. We have talked about magnitudes, and it is the addition of vector sum of the total angular momentum quantum number, or a vector is the vector sum of orbital quantum number or orbital angular momentum vector and spin angular momentum vector. Okay, so if we see the magnitudes or numerical values of j, so it possesses from mod L plus S to mod L minus S. So that means the J possess only positive values. Positive values So this J, the addition of orbital angular momentum vector and spin angular momentum vector gives the concept of splitting of energy levels. So this quantum number so explains the splitting of energy level. So except L. For L is equal to 0, in this equation we get only plus of, we get only J value as plus of. So in that case there is no splitting. That means so S level does not split in the presence of external fields, whether it may be magnetic or electric fields. Okay, there will be no split in S level. So in other levels, in other sub shells or in other orbitals, the splitting of energy levels is possible, and the number can be calculated with this J value. Fifth one, magnetic orbital quantum number, and it is represented with ML, M suffix L, small l. Okay. So before discussing this, the above four quantum numbers are called as natural quantum numbers. Okay. So below quantities, below quantum numbers comes into the picture when the atom is exposed to fields, external fields. That means it may be magnetic field or electric field. But so above four quantum numbers are possible for all cases and for all electrons and atoms. Okay, for all electrons. So therefore they are called as natural quantum numbers. So now we see the fifth quantum number, magnetic orbital quantum number. So it is the projection of L in the field direction is called the magnetic orbital quantum number. So it is a vector. We can write the L in thick color represents the vector. So the projection of orbital angular momentum vector so gives the magnetic orbital momentum quantum number. Okay. So it is already we have studied the concept of space quantization. So according that the orientation of the orbital angular momentum vector is confined to certain directions, the discrete directions. So that is the concept of space quantization. So this tells that one only. Okay, the projections of the angular momentum vector in field directions. So the L may be in different directions, different discrete directions. So it is the definition of this quantum number ML is equal to L cos theta. So if L bar vector is making some angle theta with the field direction and its projection along the field direction is L cos theta. We see in the next slide. So here the ML values are from plus L to minus L decreasing by 1. Okay, if we have L value, we can find out the ML values. Okay, those are from plus L to minus L by decreasing 1. So now here we are seeing, right, here from this equation, so we are seeing cos theta is equal to, from this equation, cos theta is equal to ML by magnitude of L. Actually magnitude of L is equal to the root L into L plus 1. So and there is some h bar also, but totally it will be cancelled. uh, Cos theta is equal to ml by under root l into l plus 1. So with this, if we know the l value, obviously we know the ml value, and from that we get different values for theta. Okay, let us see one example for it. So for l is equal to 2, so the possible values of ml are 2, 2 minus 1 gives us 1, and 1 minus 1 0, 0 minus 1 minus 1, and minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. So totally these are the values of ml for l is equal to 2. So now we are having, as said before, so generally there are 2l plus 1 values. So 2 into 2 plus 1 5, totally there are 5 values. So by writing these L values, this for this L value and ML values, L is fixed and ML is only changing. So the denominator quantity is 2 into 2 plus 1, that is 6. So root 6 value, so it comes out around 2.45. So and ml value, so we are taking each ml value at once and calculating the theta value. Similarly, we get uh, 5 theta values corresponding to each ml. Okay, if ml is equal to 2 and we get the theta value in degrees, 35.3 degree, and for ml is equal to 1 and l is equal to 2, we get theta value 66. And for ml is equal to 0, cos theta is equal to 0, that is corresponding to theta is equal to 90. And for remaining ml values, these are the angles. So we see the total thing in one diagram or animation. In the next slide. So here, if we observe it, so here we have to observe. So, so there was field direction actually. I show here. So, so here, so it is the field direction B. Let us say magnetic field is applied. It is a field direction. So in that case, so the orientation of the orbit is so just like this in this direction. Let us say. So it is one orientation. So there are 5 possible orientations in case of L is equal to 2. Therefore, either it may revolve in this direction. If it is a direction of, if it is revolving in this plane and it is the plane normal, is the plane normal, and it is also the angular direction of angular momentum vector. So angular momentum vector, let us say L bar also. So this L bar so will vary. That means there are discrete directions, not continuous directions. So it may be in this direction, or it may suddenly uh, shift to this direction, or this direction, or this direction, and this direction. So we can see with the animation. So it is the angle corresponding to particular direction. It is corresponding to 33.5 degree, and it is corresponding to 66 degree, and it is corresponding to 90 degrees, and it is remaining. It is corresponding to 114 degrees, and it is corresponding to the fifth quantity. So we are measuring the angle in this direction, just like this. Okay. So now we can observe once more. So we can see the orientations of the orbital angular momentum vector in fixed directions only in through this animation, the coming animation. it may stay in this direction, okay, or in this direction, so in other direction, so just like that we are observing. So five directions. So I have kept one direction as constant for the clarity, or to identify the relative orientation. To identify the relative orientation, I have fixed one direction, but so any one direction only exists for the particular electron. So that was fixed to identify the difference, and these are the possible directions. So totally it is the picture if we see at a time. So for L is equal to 2, there are 5 orientations. Now sixth quantum number is magnetic spin angular momentum quantum number. So here we are seeing magnetic spin angular momentum quantum number. It is represented with ms. The projection of s, that means the projection of spin angular momentum vector in the field direction, is called the magnetic spin angular momentum quantum number. So it gives the numerical value of ms. Actually, it is the definition to get the numerical value of ms. The qualitative, so interpretation is, so the s possess different directions. So qualitative interpretation is s possess uh, the quantized directions. Similarly, in case of ml also. So that gives the different directions, and so those are given by this. So ms can have any of the 2s plus 1 values from s. So similarly in case of ml also, ml can has any of the 2l plus 1 values from plus l to minus l. Similarly it is the thing. So but in case of single electron systems, actually this s is plus off only, so only off. So if it is off and it is not zero or never zero, hence the ms values are only, so off and minus off. So there are possibilities for two values only for ms. So the last quantum number, the magnetic total angular momentum quantum number, and it is represented with mj, m suffix j. So its numerical value is the projection of j in the field direction. Okay, so it is as same as the above two quantum numbers. Mj has 2j plus 1 values from plus j to minus j by decreasing with 1. So now L possess only integer values. So S possess of integer values. Therefore, J is the addition of L plus S. J may possess whether integer or half integer values. So, but not J value as 0. So, similarly, in case of single electron systems, J value so may not be 0. So, in case of single electron systems, Mj does not possess the value 0. And in other cases it is possible. That means in case of multi electron systems it is possible. So totally, so these are the values. So j is not never negative. Okay, j value is not negative anytime. So, and these are the 7 quantum numbers we have seen. So in this lecture we have seen the principal quantum number, orbital quantum number, spin quantum number, total angular momentum quantum number, magnetic orbital angular momentum quantum number, magnetic spin angular momentum quantum number, and the magnetic total angular momentum quantum number. Okay, so the first 4 quantum numbers are called as natural quantum numbers, and these remaining 3 comes into the picture when the uh, substance is kept in magnetic field, or the atoms or molecules kept in magnetic field. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and share the videos to the needy persons. Thank you very much once again.